Hello, hello. Hey, Milk Dog. How's it going? The Happy Life Podcast. Hey, Abram. How's it going? James Tony. Hello, hello. Everybody, welcome to the Talking Corner. I'm Craft, your host. It's Have a Drink with Me Friday. Waiting for our guest of honor to show. I kind of think he forgot. We'll figure it out. We'll see. So how's everybody's day going today? Everybody's just quiet. I like the awkward silence. See you soon. I'm doing something. Oh, okay. Take care, Abram. Milk Dog is calling in. Jenna.
Tjena! I can talk till Ralph comes. So you won't be alone. I will be your guard. Oh no, not guard. What
Company.
do you say?
Guest.
No. Okay. Who cares?
It's Friday.
And I'm sober.
Oh, why are you sober on a Friday? In Stockholm, no less.
I don't drink anymore because when I got the disease, I'm wingling and stuff like that. So I'm always drunk.
Yeah, I was
I don't.
gonna. I was gonna ask you about your name. Are you going off the English version or the Swedish version of your name?
We used to have a cat named Milton,
Oh,
and then I was
okay.
on a pub, and he called me Milk Dog. I'm like, come on, that's. He said you should name yourself Milk Dog. I said, okay, it's just a name. Who gives a shit?
Ahmad is asking you, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Ahmad. And you?
Roxanne, hey! You were on and then you were gone. Now you're back. Everything good? Yes, Roxanne. Nonsense Password was doing a show and we seem to have kind of crossed over on top of each other. So I was just paying some respects and going to his show for a little while. Since it seems Ralph may have forgotten that today he was supposed to be on. I asked him if he was going to be, if we were still good, and I haven't got anything back from him on Instagram yet. Rome said it; he'd give him a shout out and see what's going on. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. Barbara. Oh,
He's a diva.
huh?
He's a diva. Oh my god, I spoke English. Come on.
You spoke English, but it was so soft. I'm trying to figure it out what you said.
Ralph, is
Yeah.
a, a diva.
Oh, he's a diva. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's what you said. Because it was spoken so softly. Hey, Ralph is on. All right, Milk Dog. My guest of honor is on now. So
Kick me.
I will kick you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, Ralph. Are you ready for your interview? Are you? If you are, call in. Nonsense. Milt is calling Milt a pod slut. Thank you, Nonsense, for the gift. I appreciate the claps. And right now, everybody, we have Ralph Williams podcast with Ralph. Give him a round of applause. Thank you for being on the show today.
Hey, thanks, Crux. I appreciate it. I forgot about it, to be honest with you, until I had my phone charging, and then I saw you sent a message. You said, "Are you still up for tonight?" I'm like, "What's going on tonight?" And then and then it just clicked. Like, oh, like I agreed to be interviewed, so now I'm here. What's going on, Crux? How are you?
See, actually, you didn't miss too much. I jumped on, and then Nonsense was on. He had his podcast going, and I figured he'd be finishing up close to the around that time. I was like, oh shit, I'll just go over there since most everybody was already over there. And so I was like, oh, give him a visit, pay my respects. And then because I noticed it was like still on, and there was nothing from you. I was like, I bet you he forgot.
Oh, my bad. What's up,
Your
nonsense? If you're still in here.
Nonsense is still here. Well, thank you for sharing the show. So
Yeah, for sure.
I can start off with how was your day?
It was okay. It's not the way that I planned. Usually, that's what bothers me the most. But I'm still here. It's all good. I woke up late
Okay.
today. Suffice going to sleep somewhat early, and I mean, if you don't know, I usually wake up early, like 3:30 in the morning,
Yep.
and do my spiel. But for some reason, I guess I forgot to set my alarm, and I woke up like a few minutes before my show. So luckily, I just rolled out of bed, rolled out of bed, and jumped on and did my shows. Yeah.
So are you having a drink tonight, or are you having just some water?
No, just water or ginger ale. I forgot that we
Okay.
were supposed to be drinking. I didn't know that was a requirement. I forgot. My
All
bad.
right. All right. Well then I will hold off on the
Drink
because
away.
are you
Drink away. Go
sure?
ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, because
As long as
then
you.
I will have to go get my gentleman jack. Uh, I got a friend of mine just had her birthday yesterday, and so I went and got her a birthday present, and instead she got me a better present. So I've now got two bottles of Gentleman Jack.
Nice. So wait, it was her birthday and she gave you a gift.
Yes.
Nice. I love those that type of days. Awesome.
Well, it's when she was financially down, I helped her out, and she goes she kept forgetting to give it to me, kept forgetting to give it to me, and she goes, it's my birthday. She knew I was going to give her a gift, so that was on the top of her mind, and she's like, oh, I still have yours. So she had to go and rush and get mine as well. So yeah, it's like wait a minute. This is not how birthdays work.
Yeah,
So
just way to be ready, Ralph. Oh yeah, man. I know.
that's all right. It's still going to be good content. Chill Jelly. So we're still good. Ralph, if you don't mind promoting your show a little bit and telling everybody a little bit about yourself while I go get a drink.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I started on Podbeam in 2016, releasing interview style episodes, and I just recently started doing the live aspect of podcasting here on Podbean about a year ago. So I guess when it started to be a fresh new feature, that is when I started. And I've been pretty much a an sort of an audio fanatic, not much a fanatic, but that's my interest. I've been a DJ since I guess 11, 12 years old. Uh, DJed, most of my life. I did parties. I did mixtapes, the old school tapes. I did all that. I did not graduate until into doing nightclubs, or maybe I did a guest spot once or twice at topless dancing bars, but nothing too major. And I went to college, graduated with a bachelor's in communications, worked at a radio station most of my college time as a production director at the radio station. And that doesn't really mean anything now because lots of things have changed. So and then I, since a kid, I was always into audio stuff, and yeah. So now I'm doing Podbeam. I tried other platforms, and I'm doing Podbeam now, and it was always not a I'm not saying a dream, but it's something that I did as a little kid. I've When I was a little kid, I used to record myself doing little mini shows. Now I'm kind of like doing the adult version of that. Your volume just went very high.
Oh, sorry. Let me turn that down. I just unmuted myself.
My ears says about yes.
How's that? Is
So
that better?
that's yes. So when people get on my case for being a little OCD with the sound or the pacing of things, that's pretty much why it's kind of a perfectionist. But yeah, that's my little history.
Okay.
You probably
Um.
went to go catch your liquor, so you didn't hear much of it. But
Oh no, I heard everything.
oh,
Wireless headphones.
oh, nice. You can't be heard. What? Who, me? You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know what OG is. OJ is.
Or but I mean, you are on the softer side.
Oh, how's that? Is that
Oh,
better?
that's much better. Oh, there you are.
Okay. I gotta put my volume a little
I got.
Orjeet, how's that? Is that better?
Is that better, OG? OJ? I can't. You can't?
Yep.
Because I
Yeah,
usually
it's
okay,
better.
gotcha. Because I usually bump the volume of my headphones higher, so that I'm. Maybe that's probably why I hear everything. I try to make sure everything is okay. What else you got for me, Cracks?
Well, I was just wondering. You said you worked at tapas bars. Occasionally, you made guest appearances and stuff. So, what stopped you from being a full-on radio DJ? What stopped you from doing that?
Um, uh, I don't know. 'Cause I didn't at the time. Well, when I was younger, I wasn't really. I wasn't like I did it at the radio station in school, like filling in for the regulars that couldn't make it. I would fill in for them, and it's just I haven't I wasn't comfortable with being on the radio,
Okay.
so I didn't see myself as pursuing that part. But I was interested in the background work of it, like
Okay.
getting the DJs promos going, the audio, the drops when they do commercials, things like that. But I've always wanted to be on the radio, but not on a speaking on the speaking aspect of it. Like either being a guest DJ, like DJing, like spinning, or doing the background stuff. Hey, Miss O.
So basically, you wanted to be the audio guy, not the speaker. You didn't want to be
Yeah,
the actual radio host. You just want to be the audio guy.
yeah. Maybe in like the back of my mind that I've wanted to be the talking guy, but at the time I didn't think I was good enough to be on the radio. Now I just don't care. So now I'm just doing.
Now you're now you're full blown. Like I don't care.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hand me the
Now it's just
mic.
like I'm 40. Like who cares now? I'm just gonna go all the way with
I
it.
was going to say you do have a very good radio presence on any of your podcasts. Because I was listening to some of your podcasts on your YouTube.
Hmm. Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
for
Forgot
those
about
of
that.
you who don't know, Ralph has a YouTube, and there you
Yeah.
go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't come over. Ugh. I don't upload frequently on that. Ugh. Yeah. I did the YouTube thing a while ago, but on a different channel for a different type of subject, like vegan and health stuff. But I deleted
Mhm.
that channel. I did that for many years, and it wasn't maybe it wasn't what I expected it to be, and I just stopped that. So I just made this channel just to have on the back, just in case I have some type of content that I can do a video version of for the podcast. So
Oh, yeah, so you want to do kind of like The Joe Rogan, kind of what he does with the video
Well,
and
yeah. I
audio.
mean, I don't like to be on camera. I hate being on camera.
Oh,
But
yeah, me too. I'm the
like I
same.
wanted, yeah, I wanted to do. At first, I wanted to try and do like an animated version of the podcast. But then again, that's a whole nother job, and that's something that needs to be outsourced to somebody that can do that. But we'll see what happens if I get to that point. But but me being on camera, I don't like. I hate it. I hate being on camera.
No, is that because, like me, I'm very self conscious? Is it because you're self conscious in front of the camera? Or
Yes.
is it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very self conscious, and I'm not strong enough to be that vulnerable because I know how social media can be. It can be very cruel, and I know myself. I'm very self conscious, and for anybody that just wants to be a troll for the sake of trolling, whether they say something that's has nothing to do with me, you know, I'm not able to handle that. You know, just being truthful. But and I don't like the spotlight. As sucky as it's, as weird as it sounds, I don't like being in the spotlight. That's not my personality. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And it keeps me busy during these crazy times. Yeah.
All right, so my next question, because you're a big health guy, I've noticed that you work out every morning. You're very vigorous, and you stick you adhere to a very strict diet.
Hmm.
So what got you into doing the healthier aspects? Because if I remember correctly, you said you were a bit of a wild kid, or wild when you were younger, you're a little
Oh
bit wild,
man,
but
yeah.
then
I wish if
something
I
happened.
yeah if saved my Facebook pictures, I would have shown you what I looked like when I was younger. I was a big boy, very big boy, but I was always not athletic, but I was into wrestling. That was my sport of choice. But I had a bad diet, obviously, and I tried to work it off with wrestling and walking all the time and things like that. But you can't really out exercise your bad diet. But up until up until I graduated college. Oh my God, sorry about that. Up until I graduated college, um, when I kind of left my environment in where I used to live, is when I started to be more health conscious,
Mhm.
and eating less and exercising more. And then I started doing Weight Watchers, and that kind of helped me. Now it wasn't sustainable at the time, but it kind of put me on the right path to be a little more healthier. In terms of in the weight department, like I was in terms of weight, I was lighter, but not really healthier because I was still eating junk food and things like that, but just less of it and just exercising more.
Oh, okay.
And then in terms of changing my complete diet, it was because my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I started looking for natural remedies for her, and what could help. And the one thing that I found is that cancers and most diseases out there first start with inflammation. That is the beginning stages of any cancer, at least from my research. I could be wrong, but that's from my research. And so I started looking at what things causes inflammation. So then I looked up this doctor, Dr. Andrew Wild, a long time ago, many years ago. I don't know if he's even still alive, but he had this anti-inflammatory pyramid, pretty much telling you, whatever's on top of the pyramid is usually the least that you need to eat. And on the top of the list was, your meats, dairies, and all that stuff, and oils, and everything on the bottom, which you can have abundance of, was your fruits, vegetables, whole grains, things like that. And the higher you got on the pyramid, you know, the less and less meat products. So I started dabbling in that for a few, and then I started doing more. And then I guess certain YouTube channels creeped into my feed, and I guess that's what kind of got me into just eliminating meat completely. And then the rest is history. First, it was through health, and then after a while, after like maybe a year of doing it, I got into the ethical part of it. So I got into
Oh,
the
okay.
ethical part of it. So that's how I made that transition.
Okay. Give me a second. I want to give everybody a shout out. Miss O, James Tony, Milk Dog, Zach, the Happy Life Podcast, aka Abram. Then you, of course. Mel, Roxanne, Nonsense, and Orajit. Trump Train had jumped in and jumped out. Thank you for coming today. We have our special guest, Ralph, with the Ralph Williams Podcast. Definitely, if you want to go check out his show, definitely go to. I highly suggest it. And right now we're in the middle of his interview. So, um, so we got you into the Brazilian, because it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, correct? That you practice?
Yeah, I did that.
You did. You did.
I did it for. Well, I started about 3.5 years ago, but I haven't been doing it for about maybe a year now because of my low back problems, and plus money wise, I couldn't afford to go there. Ralph
How
made
much are the
me.
classes a month?
Ralph made me a virgin again. Oh my god. How much does it cost? It cost $100 a month, and but the issue because I don't drive, the issue with me was getting to the gym. It cost more to get to the gym because it's farther where I'm at because I'm in a rural area, so
Okay.
there's no public transportation near me. So I have to
Oh,
take an
okay.
Uber. I have to take an Uber to the gym, and that's pretty pricey. And
Okay.
and then my injury with my lower back because of me trying to be superhero or Superman, I injured my lower back, which I've had for many years, and that's why I do the exercises that I do to get my back, decent and in shape, so I can go back to jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Or
So
just
you have plans to go back?
yeah, oh yeah, I got maybe not as much as I did because when I did go, I went pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day. I was really into it, but at least when I do go back, it'll be at a gentleman's pace, maybe once or twice a week. Give my body some recovery time. And just for you,
Oh
so
yeah.
for your interest, anybody's interested, I'm going to be doing an interview with my jujitsu coach next week. So
Ooh,
it's going to be a pre-recorded podcast, and I will release it sometime next week. So stay tuned for that.
that sounds interesting. I definitely have to go check that one out.
Hmm.
Um, so uh, Sal and PBG. Okay, I was trying to read the Podbean guest does. I do not have my glasses on. And Vahid, welcome to the Talking Corner. I'm Crash, your host. We have Ralph with the Ralph Williams podcast on, doing the Have a Drink with Me Friday interview.
Howdy.
I like that. Howdy. Hello, Trump Train. Trump is back. So tell us about your podcast. What is it about? What kind of audience are you trying to reach? What are you? What
Um,
are you?
my podcast. I don't know. I try to stick to things that interest me, even though sometimes it's not very popular. Like just only recently, I've been rearing off my beaten path, um, only because it seems to be something that a lot of people like to listen to. More of a sexual nature. But from the beginning, I tried to be more um, in the mainstream type of subjects, like things that everybody can relate to. Everybody would take something away from it, something that can be that you can play it around, kids and not have to worry about, you know, bad content and things like that. But lately, I've just been rearing off into that just for because sometimes you got to appeal to what people enjoy, and in some of the subjects is certain things that I like to know about, but that's just my sick mind. But my pretty much my podcast is diving into some simple things. I can't dive into like quantum physics, or or philosophy and shit. Like maybe some philosophy. Like I like to dive into the basic things that that are simple that I can understand. So like I usually say in the beginning of my older podcasts is I'm not an expert. I'm just a regular guy trying to take a complicated subject and regurgitating it to you guys in a simple manner that I understand. So those are the type of subjects that I try and tackle.
Mohammed, welcome, welcome. It's good to have you. Anna, hello, hello. No, like I said, I listen to your podcast as much as I can. Usually the time difference doesn't really allow me to be on.
No, but there's a lot of
I guess
pre-recorded stuff you can
I'm
listen
getting
to.
back into working out, so.
There's a lot of pre-recorded stuff you can hang.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, hit the button.
You're breaking up pretty bad, Ralph.
You hear me now? Howdy. You good? No?
And I can't. You're sounding like a robot. You got to remember we have 17 people in now, and Podbean's doing Podbean thing. Oh no.
How are we sounding now?
Oh, if he sounds okay, then it's mine. Then Podbean has dumped it on me.
How do I sound?
Can you guys
Roxanne?
hear him? Roxanne apparently she apparently can hear you, but I
She's
don't
probably
think she can
using
hear.
her channeling energy to make me sound better.
No. I think it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, because everybody else can hear you. It's just me that can't. So it's
Gotcha.
Podbean is doing this Podbean feature
Oh,
to me, the host,
you love the Podbean feature,
which is not a normal thing.
Yeah. It's the channel gods. Is it still messing you up a little bit?
It's still bad for me.
How about I'll hang up and I'll call again?
No, I apologize about that, but it's let's see if we get. Let's see. Can you hear you now? Let me hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
To a degree. But see, it's everybody can hear you, so that they're fine with you. It's just me. It's
You got to hear me, or else you won't know what to ask.
it's just like I said, it's a Podbean feature. Just I have to deal with it. Or I'd have to restart the channel, and I refuse to do that. I've got way too many people in the room.
Gotcha. You can just read off the comments.
Oh, there you are. Now it's starting to catch up. Now I've got 13 instead of 17 people.
Oh man, that's that Swedish Wi-Fi.
No, honestly, I think it's Podbean because it always screws up. It's either it kicks people or it for some reason lags down the server or lags down my channel when there's more than enough people, and then I just can't understand or hear anybody because you're not the only one it's happened to. And since it's not kicking people, it's got to go somewhere.
Nice. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for
So
finding the channel.
it's
Appreciate it.
yeah. So I can understand a majority of what you're saying. So I might be a little slow trying to play the deciphering game.
Gotcha.
And I think everybody who's done a live cast has been there.
Oh yeah.
So you've established a base, and you're wanting to break down the most complicated things into a simpler term through your understanding. As you put out, you're not the expert. Is there any subject that you refuse to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe if it's something that I have to research too much, then that would probably stop me. But if you mean like a
Okay.
subject that I won't touch, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like, I don't. Do you know anything offhand?
Oh, for me, I was gonna say, yeah, I can't think of really too much that I wouldn't hit on, because everybody knows I'm how I work. You can talk about just about anything and everything as long as it's respectful. Um, so
Yeah, that's pretty much my thing. Or if we're talking about live, like doing a live cast, then
yeah,
I let anybody. Yeah, I don't know if you were talking about pre-recorded podcasts or the live cast.
we talk about
Um,
live cast.
okay, yeah, in live cast, then yeah, I let as anybody who knows me, I've let anybody come on and give out their opinions or their subjects as long as they do it in a respectful manner and don't disrespect anybody in the chat or me. Well, me, I don't really care much for, but don't disrespect any other person because then that just shows me you're ignorant and there's no reason to continue the flow of communication with ignorant people. So, but I have people come on who were uh, who love God or are religious. I've had people who are not religious that are Native American that have their beliefs. I've had people who like Roxy come on who have her perspectives. I've had um, I've had many different kinds of people, so I really don't turn anybody away. I'm waiting for that Satanist to come on and talk about their spiel. As long as they're respectful. Just so I don't nobody would tell me, nah, you don't let a Satanist come on. Well, I mean, I'm just waiting for them to show up. But even the Satanists can be nice. At least. But yeah, there's no subject that I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, as long as they're being nice about it. Now, of course, if they're talking about like, raping nicely, then that's a whole different. There's no such thing as nice rape, So just
Okay.
that I probably won't let them talk. But
Well, like I said, I can see that. Yeah, but I mean, if it's like a rape victim that wants to speak out,
oh, a
of
victim, yeah,
course,
yeah,
use my
yeah,
platform.
yeah. I'm not gonna. Then again, somebody might come on and say, "Yeah, I rape my goat every night, like Chill Jelly." I'll probably let him go on. But, you know, but
Chill, promoting Jill Jelly's fetishes on here. A
yeah,
spider
yeah.
Rockefeller.
Ooh, that's something you might
Apparently,
like.
somebody else has. Yeah, somebody's another spider fan. Spider fans have to stick together.
Yes.
And now I do have some good news. Somebody is going to send me a spider. They asked me
Nice.
to. They asked me not to say who they were because they didn't want to. They didn't want to uh, start
They don't want
anything. They were afraid
recognition.
that. Yeah, they were afraid people were going to start saying shit, and then so they just kind of wanted to skip all that. And I want to respect their wishes. I don't see it. I don't see where it would be coming from on this. I don't in
You
this
sound like
family
Milk
of
Dog.
of.
Sorry. No, she's saying they're humble.
uh,
I'm like, nice.
yes, yeah, she's
Right.
saying they're humble.
Mm.
So yeah, no, so I'm respecting their wishes. And
did they tell you which one they're sending, or is it a surprise, or do you know,
they didn't.
or did you tell
Okay,
them what
so
to
here's
pick?
how it goes. Well, here's how it goes. In spiderworld.eu, I have to give the buyer my physical address because they don't ship to PO box. And so they didn't want my personal address, and I kind of felt uncomfortable giving my personal address to a stranger.
Right.
So what they did was they sent me the money through PayPal, and and told me, this is the spider they intended to buy, and so I'm going to buy it and then have it sent here.
Nice. That's good stuff. They won some good friend points with you with that one. That's awesome. Did you tell them, or are you going to tell everybody what kind of spider you're getting?
Not yet, not until I get the spider, because it will be an unboxing video.
But you already know what it is, though, no?
I know what it is, but the rest of you guys don't. So during the
Oh,
unboxing video, it will be revealed.
gotcha. And where can we see this unboxing video? On YouTube, on
You will
Instagram?
see it on YouTube. Yep.
Nice. Awesome. That sounds fun. Yeah, Roxy. Get
Yes.
to see unboxing. Who cares about unboxing iPhones and iPads? Let's unbox some spiders. That's the new thing for 2020.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see the people's reactions because it's going to be even a surprise for myself.
How is it a surprise for yourself? I thought you knew what it is. I don't
I
understand.
have a general idea what it's going to be, but I know what package that they want me to buy. Like I said,
Oh wait,
I don't
so
want to
they
give
don't.
I don't want to give it away too much of what's going on because
Oh,
that'll spoil it.
gotcha. All right, moving on. I said good though. I said good.
Spider fans tend to spend many hours on the web. That is very true. Spider Rockefeller the Third. Yes, that is very true. Pinky, hello, hello. So, um, with all of that, with that out of the way, where you started, where you began. Where do you see yourself a year from now with your podcast?
Making a living doing the same thing.
Oh,
That's what I'm
so
hoping.
you're hoping to get
You know.
sponsors.
Yeah. I mean, if that's how it works, yeah. I'm hoping to. I mean, I I guess it's in anybody's like fantasy or whatever, like to do what they like to do in by their terms. It's pretty much, I think, is a universal thing. That's what I want to do. Like I want to be able to have freedom because I've tried so much, at least in my life, to do it in other people's ways, do things in with their rules or how they want. And for me, it kind of feels good to be able to do it my way, um, in the way that's comfortable for me. I've had to make myself uncomfortable, to appease other people in terms of in terms of trying to make a living. That's where I'm getting at. So it would be nice for me to be able to build this up to the point where, of course, like any passion, it has to be a 9 to 5. You got to treat it like a job. It can't be too comfortable, but maneuver things in your environment so that it's not as cutthroat and it's not as stressful to do what you like to do. So I hope that's where I get to in a year from now. Hopefully.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty exciting. That's kind of how I want to do things with my art and my if podcasting might hopefully, but I do know that I'll have to get sponsors, and that's a lot harder than most people think. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, and if I'm pretty sure if you were working for somebody else, you would have to kill yourself to be on somebody else's deadline,
oh, absolutely.
or pump out 4 or 5 iffy sketches when you know you could have done better, but because of time constraints, you have to speed things up. No, man. If it's your passion and if you feel like you're not ready to finish something or you think you could add more to it, give yourself some extra time. You know, and that's the kind of freedom that I want. Like I don't mind doing a morning show. Like it kind of sucks. Not sucks, but it's kind of difficult doing it every day because you have to find content to fill 3 hours every day.
Yes. Yes.
But but if you're not at the mercy of other people or other, you're a boss, then you can have leeway. Like, maybe I won't spend so much time on this subject. Move this around, or I don't have to research this much. Things like that. Like you have freedom to do what you want with those 3 hours that you got. So that's pretty much. And for you, it's the same thing. Like working for somebody else, you wouldn't put out what you consider to be quality work because you're trying to reach somebody else's deadline. That's it's a sucky thing. I did that working. It's,
I think of my bricklaying when when you say that, can I meet somebody else's deadline? Yes, I do.
yeah. And your
But
health hurt, and your health it goes to shit for that
oh
sometimes.
yes, actually, I have uh, we have a health issue amongst people our ages,
Hmm.
and I'm talking about my age. I'm talking about 40, 45, even up to 50. People who've been doing this for 20 something years and they don't wear masks, and that concrete dust has to go somewhere and it solidifies in the lungs, and it's called rock lung. It
Hmm.
is a real thing. And then you have an immunity issue because you're not taking enough oxygen. Your lungs are constantly inflamed. The steroid you're breathing in for an asthma, you don't have asthma, but that's kind of how they have to treat it because there's no way they can go in and remove the rocks from your lungs because it's the follicles that breathe the air. That's what's concreted. Um, so there's really there's no cure for it. There's no, honestly, there's no treatment for it.
Yeah, once it's damaged, it's done, right? Pretty much.
Exactly. Once you've got concrete in the lungs, it's there. It's not coming out.
Ugh, sucks.
And then years of this added on. It definitely. It's kind of like somebody getting the. You remember black? Was it called black lung or coal lung back in the day?
Yeah, black lung. Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
Working the coal mines and working the coal carts here in the
Mhm.
UK.
Mm.
People who would deliver coal to those with money.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just
Yeah.
instead of coal, it's just rock. It's concrete,
So what
and
happens if you don't have your mask? You get
you
sent
breathe
home,
all that
or
in.
you just go in and keep working, right?
Yep.
You're bypassing your health because you have to meet a deadline, or you don't want to be sent home and lose money.
Well,
I
no. Here's the
I
thing.
don't know how
Here's the
that works
thing.
over there.
The companies they have to give you a mask. They have to supply you with the mask. Just people in the hot, sweaty environment. People don't think about it. They don't want to wear it because it's uncomfortable, and they'll take it off.
Hmm. And that
It's
just sounds
interesting because
stupid.
you'll see it's your own stupidity. You'll see a lot of the kids, and see when I first started doing this way back in the day, they constantly you got to wear your mask, you got to wear your mask, you got to wear your mask. Well, I don't want to wear my mask. Well, you're gonna end up, with this,
I'll
and
send
this.
them home. I would have sent them home. You don't want to wear your mask? Go home. Lose money. Because in the
Um,
long run, it's going to
well,
cost them
now
more money trying to get better.
exactly. Well, now companies get fined if their employees are found without masks.
And that's another thing.
So
Like I'm not
now
going
they,
to have
they
my
they'll send you home.
company. Yeah, I'm not going to have my company have to pay money because you decided not to wear a mask. No, no, no. You go
Exactly.
home.
So
But yeah,
now
that's. Go ahead.
I was gonna say now it's getting taken care of, but that's now. When I started, it was kind of like it up in the air. You put it on, you put it on. but you'll see all the old guys with the mask on, and I mean those masks are drenched in sweat. They're breathing in their own fumes, their own stench. Yeah, it's not comfortable. They're not going to die from breathing in their own stench, and eventually you just don't smell it anymore. And the lye dust that gets cooked and bleached in a lot of those ovens, they're still lining the walls as you're working. It burns. It burns the skin because of the moisture from the sweat on the skin. Now imagine breathing that dust in. And you see kids that just don't want to deal with the mask because it's so uncomfortable. And we're just like, yeah, and who cares?
Yeah.
Um,
Deal with it now.
And so now the kids now they're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to wear that. And they go home. You're done. Like see, last year I watched a guy just literally tell the kid go home, and walk him right off right out of the gate. Just doop, see ya. Go to your hotel room, grab your shit, and leave.
Yeah, man. A lot of these young kids, and I was one of them. Obviously, they think they're indestructible, and you may not feel it now, but if you keep working unsafely, I think that's how you say it, unsafely, you're gonna hurt yourself in the long run. And the more older I get, the more and more I see people in my family, people in general that haven't really taken care of themselves. They're feeling it now, and
Oh, absolutely.
no amount of money is gonna help your healthcare bill. Trying to help you get to the bathroom, or clean yourself if you're bedridden. No, man, you gotta take care of yourself now. However conscious you are, you gotta deal with it now, because eventually you're gonna deal with it. So have that in your corner at least now, before you get older.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is like learn from our mistakes when we were kids. When we were younger, what we did, what we thought, and now we're like, oh shit, I was stupid. It's
Exactly.
Alpha Mike says coal workers. What was it? Pneumo, Pneumoconiosis. I'm sorry. CWP. I apologize, Alpha. I just butchered the whole disease name. I apologize. I'm horrible with names.
That's right. He probably just cut and paste that. He probably just cut and paste it. It's not like he knows it.
Is caused by long-term exposure to coal dust. It is common in coal miners and those who work with coal. It is similar to silicosis, which is from inhaling silica dust and asbestos dust. Yes, it's an ammonia. Yes, or pneumonia. Sorry, not ammonia. Ammonia is a chemical. Pneumonia. Sorry.
Yeah, so
And thank you, Eric, for sharing the show.
Thanks,
So
Eric,
yes,
for sharing and gifting as well.
oh, you're right. I spelled it wrong. Okay, thank you. Chill Jelly, what are you peeps talking about? Everything and anything, including about you, Chili. Chill.
We're talking about how you treat your goat.
Yes, and how you like to tell everybody how you rape your goat.
You're raping your goat, bro. Not under control, and no, I'm just
I feel special.
kidding. So does your goat.
Well, at least we hope he uses protection.
At least. At least.
Those goats like to kick, man.
That's the least you can do for your goat, bro. Protect your goat.
It's not rape, it's animal abuse. Oh. We love you, Chili. We love you. Speaking of legendary actress Della Reese, mistakes, failures can be marvelous things. If you're paying attention, you've never to make the same mistake again. We're talking about mistakes you've done over the years, such as work hazards. So it's not a mistake you would think about it now until actually you're hit with a diagnosis that is life-changing. Those are the kind of mistakes we're talking about. But, the ones that are irreversible.
Yeah. Like when I used to work, even working with my brother, because my brother is a pipe fitter and welder, and I used to work with him in his business. and he would tell me, you know, hey, do it this way because you're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna hurt yourself. 'Cause when I work not not that I don't work safely. I just you know, like I try to push myself.
Right.
He's like, no, 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 just do it like this, nice and easy, go easy, because if you keep doing it like that, you're gonna hurt yourself in the long. And now I understand it, you know. And even when I used to work, or in, you know, back in the day, I used to work in FedEx. I used to work at FedEx, moving boxes, packing up trailers, and I used to kill myself, you know, just because we needed to meet a deadline. And you know what I got for it? At the time, I got a busted wrist and more low back problems, all because I was trying to meet the deadline for them. That, you know, its trailers had to be loaded up a certain amount of time, and that's what I got. They're still in business, while at the time I'm laid up with a broken wrist and low back problems. So you gotta learn to, and there's a fine line between being lazy and being careful. You know, you gotta learn how to be productive, but not in a way that it makes you look lazy. You know, you gotta do some work, but do it smart. Oh my god.
And I 100% support you. I'm just wondering though, is it my I want to ask the audience, is it my headphones that has this kind of a hiss when he speaks, or
I'm
or
hearing
is
it
everybody
too,
hearing it?
but I don't know if it was
Okay.
you. I thought it was your mic picking up more noise than usual.
No,
Let
that's
me
it.
know. Let me know if you hear it now. I'm gonna lower my mic.
Okay. Uh, right. Having a little bit of a technical difficulty here. Ralph, you there?
Yeah, I lowered the my microphone. I'm trying to see
It's
if
it's
you can hear it,
still there. Maybe it's fine. Hold on.
because the background that I hear, it sounds like you might have some water fountains or something going in the background. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh no, that would be my fans. I've got a couple of spiders who have recently matured. Actually, not a couple, a few, three to be exact. And air is crucial at this point for them.
I got
So for quality reasons, I can't just turn it off. How about
you.
now?
Do you use your desktop
There you go.
to do lives?
Perfect.
Ah,
Yes. Yes, I do. I do my desktop in my art room,
so
and you've seen pictures.
is there a
So
volume control on the desktop for your mic?
yes,
What you said?
on my mic itself, it is. There's
Oh, okay.
not only is there a sensitivity, yeah, the static resolve. Yes,
Got
yes.
it.
Not only is there do I have volume, I also have sensitivity. So I can turn the sensitivity up and down. But if I turn it down, then I sound so soft. I sound like a little tiny kid trying to whisper.
Right. That's what I'm trying to do myself, because I don't want my mic to pick up all the ambient noise in my room, in the room. So I'm trying to get it just right where you can hear me good but not pick up everything else.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
guys
I'm
let
not
me
hearing
know if I'm
anything now,
too.
and yours is perfect. So
Okay. So it's good it's good right where it's at now. I'm good.
yes. How about you? How about you? Am I still
Oh,
having
you
some
sound good.
ambient
You
noise?
sound good. I
Okay.
still hear the fans in the back, but you know, that's fans. It doesn't sound
Yes.
like fans. It sounds like it has like some water, like you know those little those little fountains that you have like for environment, like those little small.
Oh, wait for the little desks in the offices that
Yeah,
would have. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I have.
That's what I
She
think
has
I
some
hear.
big fans,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
both physically and people wise. But yes, I have two. One that makes the most noise actually is the smallest fan of the two. The
Mm,
big one actually faces more towards my Cintiq and up towards my where I keep my arboreals. And the little one actually is slightly towards myself, but that's to help circulate air towards the tarantulas behind me.
mm.
So it's um, placement. I didn't do a very good job because I didn't think I'd be hosting live cast in my art studio.
True. True. That's good. At least you're doing it. Oh my God. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with the. Just sucks that I have to learn at like 40 to work smarter, not harder. Where at 20 you don't really grasp that concept. You know.
That seems to be the thing, you know. You're like, you start realizing you start sounding like the old people that were telling you when you were 20.
Yeah.
You just went,
Now
wait a minute. Hold on
now
a
when I
second.
talk to the yeah now when I talk to the younger guys like like my younger nephew, like, come on man, don't kill yourself, bro. You gotta work smarter, not harder. But then there's some nephews that take advantage of that and they just look lazy, you know. But I don't know. It all depends.
Oh
It
yeah,
all
no.
depends on how.
In the I was gonna say in the group I work with, if you're lazy, you're out. They make your
Yeah,
life such a living hell. You'll leave on your own.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure Lofcax would also agree that Nonsense Password having a voice for radio too. Yes, I was actually on, and so does Dr. Emmy. Emmy has an incredibly good voice. Emmy, hello, hello. I see you. Thank you for joining us. Today is Have a Drink with Me Friday. For everybody who's just entered, thank you for coming. I'm Crax, your host. This is Have a Drink with Me Friday. And we have Ralph with the Ralph William podcast with us as the Friday honorary guest. We are doing the interview for the first half of the show. So for another half hour, we will be discussing, and then after that, we will take calls, and you guys could call in one at a time and ask them personal questions. Well, not personal questions, but questions personally is what I meant to say. Blah, blah, blah. I even messed up my own intro. One of these days, I will get this right.
What's up,
Yes, sir.
Essential? Thank you.
Alcohol is involved. Hello, Diggs. Um,
And I wish I would have remembered, man. I probably would have picked up something to drink with you. I
that's
forget.
fine. There's always
Look
next
at
Friday.
21
You could,
people. Look at you.
yeah, 21 people. Holy cow. 22. Nice.
What was his name? Dr. E? Can I just call you Dr. E? That makes it so much
Dr. Emmy.
better.
Emmy.
Dr. Emmy. Emmy? Dr. Emmy, how are you, brother? How's the video podcasting thing going? Did you set that up? I want to know if anybody I want to know if anybody has actually set that up.
Yeah, you
I
can't,
want,
not with Puppy.
so why is it that
Wait,
they
so
put that in their tier?
because
So I don't get
you
it.
used to be able to. And they really are trying to open up talks with YouTube. Here's the problem: YouTube has so many restrictions, especially upon copyright material and the things you say. Say if you or I say something offensive, or what they would deem offensive, Podbean doesn't, and Podbean doesn't really get involved. They really try not to get involved with any of it. They just want to collect money.
Damn right. Don't we all?
And YouTube is like, no, you need to manage your people. And Podbean is like, no, we don't. We have free
No.
speech.
Damn right, Bobby. Even though you shut me
So,
down a few times, but damn right.
uh, that's the reason why they have no defamatory, no. YouTube is quick to demonetize accounts. Yes, but YouTube is also very quick to ban. Now, what if you
Yes.
don't? What if you don't break the rules on Podbean, but you end up breaking the rules on YouTube?
You're
Now you
mad as
see what
hell.
now you see the conflict between the two agencies.
But Cracks, let me ask you something. When you post your audio on YouTube, is that through Podbeam or you do it on
Yeah,
your own?
that was the first video was through Podbean because then it worked then, and
Because for
then
some
after that,
reason,
and
right?
then it was once every 7 days you could upload, and then I did it once and I was like, okay, maybe I did it wrong, and then the next time I tried to do it and it didn't work, so I got in contact with their support, and their support said, yes, we're having problems with YouTube right now. We will get back to you at a later date, and they've yet to get back to me. So
Okay. Because that's because when I first started sharing my podcast, I put YouTube as one of the things to share it to, and I never put any of my podcasts on YouTube. And I made sure, like, I'm a little lenient in my live cast in terms of, you know, copyright music and things like that. But when I do my pre-recorded podcast, I make it my business to not put anything that could be issued as a copyright, because I want it to be put in other platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, all those other platforms.
And you can
And
if you have it with
yeah,
your
and I've
Podbean. It's
done,
just and for
but
some
I didn't
reason,
understand why it didn't work on YouTube. So I'm like, why? You know,
well,
but
and that's why it's they have very conflicting rules and how they handle situations. Um,
but then again, they could still do the tier for the video podcasting, but just give it to the producer of it and let them do it whatever they want. Like, right? Like they can just download it like they do with the live cast, download it as like an MP4, and then you can just upload it on your own.
yeah, see, that's
Uh,
what I do.
it just
I
won't have
upload everything,
it won't have the Podbean banner or anything to it. I'm
right?
assuming.
But then you're acknowledging the rules yourself as a personal person, not through an entity.
Well, yeah, but
Um,
that frees up Podbean for any
yeah,
responsibility, though. Doesn't
yeah,
it?
and then that's what I do is I have Audio City. I record on Audio City, and then I edit on Shotcut, la la la,
Mm,
and then I upload it afterwards.
gotcha. That's good stuff. So yeah, I would like to
Okay,
do something like that. I want to see Doctor E or I do
Emmy,
his video
Emmy.
thing. Imi, Jesus, Doctor Imi, I want to see you do your thing, bro. Your video podcast. I want to see you do your thing. I want to see what you can do with your doctorate degree.
Oh, so
That's all
what do
I'm
you
asking.
guys recommend using? Podbean, laptop, or iPad, or both for Podbean? What are we talking about? Alpha? Are we talking about recording? Are we talking about hosting? Are we talking about listening? I don't. So Alpha, get back
What's
to
up,
me.
Miss O?
What your intention? All of the above. Okay. Um, for hosting, I believe my desktop is much better than a phone. Um, I don't know about an iPad. I have one, but I haven't used it in ages. Um,
What kind of iPad you have? You have an older iPad?
oh yeah, much older. Mine came out about 8 years ago, something like that, 9 years ago.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's a
maybe used it
long
like three
time.
times. I think I used it like 3 times.
Now, is it because you have no use for it, or you just don't like how iPad in general or Apple
No, it's just I
products?
just don't have any. I didn't have any use for it.
Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to upgrade to one of those not laptops, those Apple tablets.
I just don't have any use for it. But I do have my Apple notebook, and I use that quite often. And the reason why I like Apple so much is because I do art.
Right.
They have such a huge difference in quality. So when I do art, I have 3 different resolutions. My QHD, which is quad HD, on
Mm.
my Cintiq. It's as detailed as it can get. It's more detailed than my TV, which is also a quad HD. But because of the screen being more condensed, it has a richer color. And not only that, I can dump any of the programs and clean it out and reset the true colors. So it will reset its true color. So again, I will. It's made for art. It's an expensive. I've heard from many people it's an expensive toy. In my line of work, it's an expensive necessity.
Right.
Then
Dr. Emmy has a question for you.
I'm sorry. Hey, Talking Corner, is this the time of you are live every day? Roughly, yes. Normally, I would be on for about another hour. So,
So
yes,
pretty much every day this time, Dr. Emmy, come and
yes,
join.
yes.
And everyone, if you're new here, please consider following the Talking Corner, the podcast, and me if you feel the need
Yes,
to.
you
Follow me as well.
please promote yourself. Promote yourself. I keep telling people every time I interview, put up what you do. Tell everybody everything that you do. Promote yourself, and they rarely do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes it's out of disrespect, but I mean, I let people do it on my show, so that's pretty much what the platform is for. But everybody, if you're new here, please consider following Cracks from the Talking Corner, her podcast. And in doing that, it's only a click away. You can just click on my face and follow me. Trying to get to 1,000 followers for a special event to happen.
Oh, what are
And
you planning?
maybe I don't know. I think I'm doing like a simulcast with another podcaster,
Oh,
Tim and Dave
nice.
from the Daily Addict. Yeah.
Oh, that
So we'll
sounds like
see how
fun.
that goes. Yeah, but it will be fun. You can probably join us if you like. You can be drinking while some will be probably smoking and drinking. I'll be drinking, and
Oh,
there's
that'd be
going to be a
nice.
party. Yeah, it's going to be a party. But that's only going to happen unless I get to 1,000 followers. So everyone, if you're new, please consider following both of us. And if you feel the need to make fake accounts, go right ahead, make some fake accounts, and follow us again. And
Uh,
stay tuned for
and
the goals. Yeah.
I just passed 400 followers, so you guys know as soon as I hit
Nice.
500 followers, I'm doing the Ghost Chili Challenge. I do
Oh
have it on
man.
order.
Oh
Thank
my
you guys so much for the donations that have come in. You guys actually paid for that. So, paid by the fans for the fans to watch me suffer during a podcast. So,
So is that going to be? Are you going to record that like video or no?
yes. Yeah, no, I'm not going to video
Yes.
that. I'm
Where
going
are
to
they
be
gonna?
live with you guys. I'm going to be live with you guys. So, as I'm eating, I'm going to have a co host. And so that if I'm dying in pain, they can fill in the you guys don't hear me crying and suffering and coughing the entire time.
So the audio will be live, but not the video.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. So where are you going to release the video on Instagram or YouTube? Or both?
YouTube.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, let's get Cracks to 500 followers, yo. Snap, snap. I think
Just get a simple
Doctor.
audio interface for it.
Yeah,
Oh, Cracks and Ralph, you need your help. Can I join a minute if you don't mind? Dr. Emmy, right now we're in the middle of conducting an interview. You can join in about 30 minutes. Can you wait that long? That's my question for you. Um, so
and if
yeah.
not, you can DM Cracks or myself if you're following us on other social medias and ask your question if it's a question.
Oh,
Go
absolutely.
ahead.
Actually, I have to go for my fasting routine. No problem. Chill Jillian, maybe he has a rash you can help with.
I got some
Chill,
cream for that. Chill,
chill.
chill, chill, chill.
We're not gonna play with
I
your
know,
Vaseline. That's your job.
I know you know a lot about cream, chill, but shit, chill.
His cream is KY jelly. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, that's his number one cream. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. Take care, Dr. Emmy.
Take care, Dr. Amy. Still waiting on those videos. Good job.
So, um, so we've got your future planned, and you have so
Somewhat.
somewhat.
No, it's somewhat.
Are you gonna keep the kitty with you?
It's not really my kitty. He just chills with me. It's my dog. It's my dog. It's my brother's cat. But he likes to chill with me mostly.
Sure. I see. I just see the share cat.
Yeah, that's pretty much my cat. I'm pretty much feeding it and mostly cleaning its litter box. But um, I don't know what's gonna happen. To be honest, I might be leaving this area where I'm at now.
Oh,
So
you're
I
gonna
don't know
move.
what's gonna. Not by choice, but
Oh, wait, what?
due to certain circumstances, we might have to leave here. So I don't know what's going to happen to the kitties. It depends on if they find a place that accepts kitties. So we'll see what
Oh,
happens in
so
the
your
future.
brother also has to leave.
Yes, everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everyone's got to get out. Yeah. So hopefully they find a place that can accept kitties, and that's it. Yeah, pretty much.
No, Alpha, I
Man,
cannot mail them to Sweden. Sorry.
Mail them to Sweden. Is that what he said? Yeah.
Yes.
How would your cats deal with new cats anyway? They'll probably like be very territorial, right? Is this chat? Is this
Actually, no.
live cast and explicit or no?
No, it's not explicit. I
Okay.
don't do
Just
explicit until Saturday. Saturday is explicit Saturday
Just checking.
for the explicit reason. um, no, my cats aren't territorial. They handled each other really well. Like I said, I have pictures of them playing within the first day of meeting each other. But this is that particular breed. If I would take your kitty in, he would probably be the one to beat them up, and then that would
Yes.
cause discourse.
He's a boy.
So,
he can be a bad boy.
so
I'm
you
about to
you
mess up the
see,
explicit thing right there. He can be an A. But,
oh no, you can curse. Here's the thing about explicit: you can curse. You can't just go into the sexual divulsions of cursing. In other words, you
Oh.
can't just like use the F bomb every other word, but you can throw it out there once in a while.
Gotcha.
I
He can be an
checked.
asshole.
Yes, like you can use the A word. You can do some cursing. No, their explicit is we're not talking about pornography. We're not talking about adult content in general. We're not talking about gore or violence. We're not. So that's what they mean by explicit.
What did you think about our talk about spiders that I released the last time? Did you check it out?
No, I
No?
haven't had
Okay.
a chance.
Just checking. No, no worries. I
No.
wanted to see if it was up to standards.
Saturday. I had plans of listening it tomorrow.
No, no worries. No worries. No rush. I just thought you'd be fine.
No,
Hey,
no.
cool. Or Shamim. What's up, Shamim?
Well, it's from you, so I trust you. So I think I haven't listened to it, but I'm
Well, I
almost
didn't.
100% certain that'd be
Yeah,
great.
I didn't edit anything in between. Just the beginning. I shortened it up to just stick with the subject. So I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't need to edit you. So
And
what else
again,
you
I
got for me?
appreciate you doing it. What else I got you? Okay. So we've discussed your workouts. We've discussed your future with your podcast. We've discussed what you've decided to do with your podcast. We've discussed your subjects and your content of your podcast. So let's talk about your audience. Now, these might be a little bit of a personal questions. So prepare
Right.
yourself, steal yourself. What is some of the most embarrassing things and crazy things that you've had to discuss with some of your audience?
That I've had to discuss with my audience.
Yes.
To be honest with you, the one thing that threw me off in terms of my audience, and I believe he's in the chat, is my homeboy Eric. When I spoke to him for the first time, our conversation threw me for a loop. Um, Mainly because I never had someone talk to me or talk about it so freely with me in the things that he's done, um, in his personal life. I don't want to get too deep into it. I got it up on my podcast. If anybody wants to take a listen, I forgot what it was titled, but it's of the sexual nature. So that conversation threw me for a loop. Um, and that's pretty much it. Like in terms of embarrassing things, that's the one that For me, I don't think there's anything that I touch that's embarrassing for me anymore. Not yet. I'm sure somebody will think of something.
I just heard I think I just heard everybody's private thoughts. Challenge accepted.
Oh my god. I'm looking for some eyeballs. I know there's gonna be some eyeballs in the chat. That's usually the sign that they're gonna start doing. Yeah. Wait. See? There you go. There's the eyeball.
There's Alpha. He never fails you.
There's Alpha. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so what is the most
Go ahead.
I wouldn't say embarrassing. What is the most eye-opening conversation? Was it Eric that gave you the most eye-opening conversation, or was that for somebody else?
Well, it's different. It's different for different people. For Eric, it was eye opening in a certain manner, certain way. Another Roxanne was another eye opening conversation. Um, because when I spoke to her first, that was another not a shocking thing, but uh, a different perspective of thinking. You know that I not that I wasn't uncomfortable with it, but that I wasn't used to. And because I'm used to, when I where I grow up, where I grew up, we pretty much know about our certain type of niche little group. Um, the little hood, if you want to say it like that. And
Okay.
with Roxanne, it kind of opened me up to a different perspective of thinking and different lifestyle and how different people can be. So that's another eye-opening uh, person or topic, I guess, that I got into. I don't know if that
Okay.
answered your question.
Abram, just a moment. Abram, I see you're trying to call. We're not taking phone calls at the moment. We're doing a live interview. We will be taking phone calls and taking questions in roughly about a half hour. This is Have a Drink with Me Friday. This is where I sit down with a guest. No, it's fine. It's fine. I think this is actually your first Friday. I think this is your actual first Have a Drink with Me Friday. So it's perfectly fine. No, this is just where we sit down, we have a drink, and we discuss. Well, in Ralph's case, Ralph, how he got started and everything going on with his podcast. um, so yes, the show is for you and all about you, Ralph. How's it feel?
I don't like it. I don't like the spotlight.
You're like, go away, give it to somebody else.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't mind answering questions.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad you don't mind answering questions. You're showing some patience, which is nice.
Yeah, I try. Oh, the Roxy is here. Hey.
Yeah, Roxanne's been here since the very beginning.
Nice. Yeah, and going back to into that question, like Roxanne, like I'm not trying to blow her up or anything. I'm just saying because since we gotten to know each other in this live cast, she's I talk about this a lot. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it, but she's like a different sign. She's like a Sagittarius, and they have different ways of thinking. And she's made it known many of times. Not that she disagrees, at least from what I understand. Not that she disagrees with my perspective, but she shows that she's understanding, and and in a way, she's helping me and other people learn different ways of thinking. And she's not the type to judge. So I just find that refreshing because not a lot of people are like I can be honest with you. Like if somebody doesn't gel with me or I feel iffy about somebody, I I stay on my lane. I don't mess with them. I don't attempt to interact with them. I let them go on their own. Um, but Roxanne, she's stated that she's maybe not directly, but doesn't agree with most of my thinking, but she is understanding of it, and she always keeps coming back uh, to my show and gracing us with her presence and talking. So I just wanted to make that known that that's one of the things that was um, surprising and eye opening for me. If you're talking about people or subject matters that are surprising, that's surprising to me. That because it's hard for me to be able to do that. Like I can tolerate people that think differently, but if there's somebody that's just totally out of my lane, I'd stay away from. But I can tell that she's the type of person that whether you might be an ass or you might have a narrow mind thinking, she'll still, you know, put up with you or talk to you, things like that. So
No,
I gotta give respect to that.
oh, absolutely. I've had her on the show for an interview myself, and she was actually quite wonderful to talk to, and I really liked how she kind of makes you think outside the box.
Right.
Whether you agree with her or not, you're still finding yourself thinking outside the box, and I think that's kind of maybe one of her goals, which is really nice and like you said, refreshing. And I always love having her on the show. Very talented. She's extremely talented. Think about it. She's very well spoken, and she's educated, and she can play instruments. She knows sign language and other languages as well. So a very sharp and intelligent person. So
Yes. Yes.
um, and then so we would call them talented here in Sweden.
You call them what?
We call them talented here in Sweden.
Oh, talented.
Yes. It's not a term we use to belittle somebody or look down on them. We actually it's a term to actually elevate somebody. I noticed in some speeches like in the UK or even in the US, if you they're talented, they kind of give you this weird look like how did you mean that? I was like, what do you mean? How did I mean that? um, So, hello, Gary. Everybody who's just joined us, thank you for coming to the Talking Corner. I'm Cracks, your host. This is Have a Drink with Me Friday. We have Ralph with the Ralph Williams podcast on. If you don't know who he is, go check out his podcast. He's definitely an excellent podcaster. We're in the middle of his interview. You've missed quite a bit. And soon we will be taking questions individually, one caller at a time, of course, and a little bit on restricted time at the moment, but we will definitely try to get to all the questions as soon as we open up the lines. So my next question now is, what kind of sponsors are you looking for? Because every podcaster who's accepting any kind of monetary means to survive has a sponsor. So what kind of sponsors would you be looking into for your podcast?
I don't know how to answer. I don't know what sponsors are out there or how to pick. Like in terms of what? In terms of who I want to support the show?
Yes, okay. Here's the thing. Um, I'm in the works right now with somebody who with you noticed on my Instagram I'm promoting a pet shop, and they're giving me they cannot afford to give me monetary means right now to basically give them 30 seconds of my show. So what they're doing is they're giving me a discount on the spider and cat food.
But that's on your own, though. That's on your own, though, right? That's not through Podbean or anything.
No, it will be through Podbean. When I start doing the records, the pre-records, I will give them 30 seconds of my show.
Gotcha.
And that would be considered a sponsor. And usually the sponsors, they get 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, even a mention. They actually do give you a type of monetary means with, can you please put us in yada, yada, yada. It's something that you would work out with your sponsor about time and place and how much and all that. But since I'm very much for animals, pets, pet owners taking responsibility for the pets and promoting a healthy relationship between people and the little furries that they own, whether they're 8-legged or 2-legged or even 4-legged.
Right.
This is kind of, that would be considered, they would technically be considered a sponsor. So, and if
Well,
anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about Sauter Zoo in Nieva. But go ahead.
well, if you're talking about me promoting um, places, I've done that already without being sponsored. I've promoted my jujitsu school a lot in my pre-recorded podcast. I promoted well, sort of a supporter of the show, which is an eBay store by Fab Fashions and Collectibles. It's an eBay store that I have no control over. It's somebody else's. And if you go to my webpage on Podbean, there's a link to their store there, and you can click on it and see whatever tickles your fancy, and you can pick something up, and they'll deliver to you. But they support the show, and but in terms of like a real sponsor, things like that, something vegan, I would like. Um, I'm not trying to. I don't want to. I don't want to like ram it down anybody's throats or anything. But that's something that I wouldn't mind supporting. Um, that's one thing. Something with jujitsu, which is something that I enjoy. It doesn't have to be jujitsu, but something uh, fitness based. But I do believe things like jujitsu or maybe other martial arts. But I feel jujitsu is the most, not the best, but I just think it's more sustainable that someone can do as a child all the way until they're 70. You can still be 70 years old and do jujitsu. I find it hard for someone unless they have good genetics. And this is from, I don't know by experience, but it's just what I think. It's hard for someone to be a taekwondo artist at 70 unless they could keep themselves in good shape and are able to do like roundhouse kicks at 70 years old. But a person can be 70 and still choke somebody out on their back, without using their legs. It's still possible. So, but jujitsu, I think is good for children. That I think that I would like. That's why I like to promote jujitsu. That would be another sponsor because children nowadays they need some type of discipline in martial arts because it's good for their mental fallacies and to give them a good outlook on life and and fitness in general. I think it helps. So something in fitness, something in vegan, I would like to be sponsored in. Um, but I think at this time I'm not gonna, it depends. The one thing that I won't really, I mean, I can't really say no because if it's money, I gotta live too. So it's not like I'm gonna say no to Butcher Box or say no to some meat place, But if I had the choice, those are the things that I would pick. Those
Oh, okay. Oh, no, see, this is, but like I said, these are kind of some of the things you'll have to think about as you grow. I wasn't even thinking about taking on a sponsor or promoting anybody until I got, more um, followers because
Right.
it's the audience that I'm reaching as well. I mean, if you've got, if you're like, I hate using people like Joe Rogan and Shapiro and other people that use Podbean to promote their podcasts, but those are pre-recorded, of course, because those guys have they have such a huge fan base. They've been around for so long. Is really hard to compare, but you are kind of looking at some of those numbers. You need the
Oh yeah.
5,
Yeah.
10,
You have
5
to
to ten
you have to
thousand
make a
people.
yeah. You have to get a good amount of people to even be considered. Not even having 1,000 or 2,000 is enough. I don't think.
No, it's not. Like I said, it's 5 to 10,000. You're looking at when you have enough of an impact on a product, and and then they will approach. And would you say yes? Would you say no? Are you what are you looking for? And so yeah, and so you see why a lot of podcasters who have a certain type of message or a certain type of way of doing things. That's why they have certain type of sponsors, is because that's the target audience that their sponsor wants to reach. So if you're promoting health, a lot of health, more than likely, a gym might get a hold of you, or a food a food brand like Weight Watchers, for example. Just throwing that out there, would get a hold of you and say, "Hey, look, this guy talks to a lot of foodies, a lot of people who are into health. Maybe we should, give him a little bit of an offer."
Yeah.
So that's it's really kind of cool to think about, and it is, and it's very possible in the future to get. I've noticed with Podbean's numbers, if you grow exponentially enough, then you can actually start bringing in money, and don't just stick with one podcast. Um, I just discovered this. I just got into a conversation with somebody just literally at the same pet shop that I go to. They do radio, and one thing about Swedish radio is, it's supposed to be privatized, but it's not really. And this is supposed to keep the government from interfering and stuff. But they don't do. They do what I would consider a podcast, but they do hold the rights to do licensed music, licensed commercials, and other things. So they can, if they wanted to do their own radio, they could. And what he does is he goes on to places, different social medias, as well as different podcasting platforms. And he'd never heard of Podbean, and I never heard of some of the things that he uses. And I'll probably go check them out and start doing pre-records and then throwing them up there. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to ask you about sponsors, because you're growing a popularity on this channel, or not this channel, but on this platform. And so I was wondering, what were you thinking about, any prospects in the future, if you were, who you were thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody off. I mean, if I could, if I had to throw a brand name out there, if I could get sponsored by Beyond Foods, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Beyond Foods. It's a meat alternative company, and that's something that I would like to get involved with. Um, Maybe Gracie Jiu Jitsu. That's a big name out there. But I like my and I mean, I try to get into the thing where, for me, and I can understand the mindset because I do it sometimes. But with certain things, when it comes to like podcasting, I try to
Mm-hmm.
treat it as if I'm already there. Like I use, even though I'm not getting sponsored or paid by my local jiu-jitsu gym, I'm still gonna shout them out because I've gone there, I've trained there, I know the environment, and I believe that it's a good environment to train in. So why not help them out? Even if it's, even if I don't have nobody else from PA that might go to that gym, at least if they're in another country or other state, they'll try and look them up on social media and give them an extra like on their Facebook or their Instagram, just to give them, just a little extra exposure. So in a way, I'm trying to train myself that way, that when I do get to that point, that I have an idea on what's expected of me.
Roxanne says Under Armour. Actually, those are actually a pretty good brand. And as Roxanne said, you can go to them. You could tell them, and also locally, you can go to them and say, "Look, this is the kind of podcast. Can I promote your? I wanted to promote your material." And some of them might even, out of courtesy, send you a freebie or two, just to be like, "Hey, free advertisement. Here you go."
Yeah, I would love the Under Armour. I used their I used to use their rash guards to train in, those compression shirts and shorts. And I like The Rock too. He's a big name in Under Armour. And, he's got some sweaters, and he's a fellow Taurus head. Why am I so obsessed with horoscopes? Jesus. But yeah. So yeah, Under Armour sounds good. I might look into that.
Sinab. Hello, hello. It's good to see you again. So, everybody who has just joined us, we have Ephraim and somebody's entered. Did not give you a name. I apologize. And Zena. Welcome, welcome. Happy Life. So, we are actually, I think Happy Life had an accident call. I was going to say, are you okay with taking phone calls now, Ralph?
Sure, if anybody wants to call. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. On Have a Drink with Me Friday, we take one caller at a time. You're able to call in and ask Ralph a question. You're not supposed to call in and chit chat. It's more of a questionnaire. And if you have any questions for him, please call in and ask him a question. Feel free. Don't hesitate. He's a friendly guy. He doesn't bite. I'm the one that bites. Everybody says I'm the nice one, but I bite. So wait a minute. I just realized is Chill Jilly in the chat? No. Oh,
Well,
gosh.
He's gonna say something. Huh?
He would say something.
Yeah.
He missed a perfect opportunity.
I know.
Isak, Weiser, and McCoy. Welcome. Oh, so one thing about these headphones. I love these headphones, but they are they make my ears sweat. They're so big and warm and toasty. It's like,
What kind of headphones you got? Is it Beats?
It's actually no, it's oh, it doesn't say it, but it's a Steel series, and I forgot the name of it, but it's the do I still have the box? I think I do. Hold on a sec. Actually, I do have a box.
They're pretty tight.
No, I do not have the box anymore.
Oh.
I thought I did. But no, it's a Steel series that just came out this last year, and it's the cordless headset. And they're big and fuzzy. Or not fuzzy, but fluffy. Ooh, what are you listening to?
So,
everybody has a Swedish speaker.
Yeah,
Milton said that too, didn't he?
Exactly. No, well, he didn't send it to me, but he played it for me. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look it up and play it whenever I see you come on and cracks. Play that Swedish fika.
Oh.
So just wanted to play that for you. See if you heard it. Apparently everybody knows about it. Swedish fika. And I'm looking at the video and it's funny. It's making me hungry. I feel like having a coffee. Jeez. But yeah, everybody, Cracks will take any of your phone calls. If you guys have a question for me, please feel free to give it a shot, and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability, and get crazy with it if you want. It all depends
Not
if
too
I'll answer
crazy.
you.
Not too crazy. Yeah,
Not too crazy. Keep it PC, but
we have a Pooh.
in terms of the language. Oh,
Hello, Pooh. Welcome to the Talking Corner. I'm Cracks, and this is Ralph. What is your question for the day?
Yes, hi. I was just wondering like what the discussion is going on because I joined little late, so not sure. But somewhere I just got to know there is something related with kind of partner or kind of relationship. So is it true?
Actually, it's this is Have a Drink with Me Friday, where I conduct an interview with a fellow podcaster, and right now I'm conducting an interview with Ralph, and we were taking in phone calls to ask Ralph a question. So, what is your
Yeah,
question?
but like which kind of question I can ask to him?
you can
Anything
ask me any
unique?
question, Apu.
Anything.
Anything you want.
Okay. So I'll start from your background. Just tell me something about yourself, like from where are you belong from, and like what's your hobbies, what you do, these things.
Well, I was born in I was born in Jersey, and
Mm-hmm.
I am a Taurus. If you know anything about signs, what I do for hobby, I like podcasting. This is my what I've been doing mostly. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I like I'm into the health aspect of things. Wow, that's very windy over there. I like wrestling. I haven't really got into it lately, but I like wrestling and
My God.
music. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
those are little hobbies that I enjoy. Hmm.
Yeah, in a one corner you like racing, and in other corner you like music. It's like totally different.
Yeah, yeah. I like
Yeah.
a lot of different music. This country music, I don't really like that much. It has to be like a
Mm-hmm.
specific song for me to like it, But I'm not really, and but everything else I like. Well, almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, country, and I think if anybody that's Spanish knows bachata, I'm not really into bachata so
Ooh,
much. If you know,
I love bachata, actually.
really, oh my gosh, why, why, Craigs, say no,
I'm
say
sorry, but it's just
no.
entertaining.
I guess.
Where's
I mean, I like
81?
the.
Where's 81 when I need
I
him?
know 81 is gonna say something. I mean, I can hand. I love the merengue. I love the salsa. I love the reggaeton. But the
Nice.
bachata, I can do without. I can do without. And the country.
Very interesting.
Yes. What else you got for me, Apu?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Uh, it seems like I'm a questioner and I'm just asking question to you.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if you have anything else, or we can move on. Somebody else can ask a question. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Thanks.
I don't know the
Thank
format.
you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes.
Thanks, Apu.
Yep.
Thank you, Boo.
Thank you.
Cool peoples. Cool peoples.
Yeah, let me give her. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. Yeah. So are we
So,
drinking still, Craigs, or did you stop?
yes, yes. No, I haven't stopped. I'm still drinking. I'm very
Yes.
buzzed. I know if I stand up, I'm not
Yes.
gonna be able to walk. I won't
Oh,
walk a
be
straight line.
careful.
I can guarantee you right now.
How was it yesterday? That was a beautiful picture you sent, actually. Was that from last night or was
Oh,
that another day?
yes. No, that was from last night.
Nice. Looking good, Cracks. Cleaning
Oh,
up
thank
very
you.
nicely. Very good. Did you ladies stay up all night? Or no, you did a cast pretty late,
Hmm.
right? Or what?
Yes, I did. I did a cast late in the evening.
Was it a drunk
Um,
cast? Were you pretty tipsy?
oh, half.
Mm.
I was feeling it, but then I was drinking water as well, so I was
Okay.
enjoying.
So nothing crazy happened.
No,
Oh, okay. Okay.
because
That's good.
I don't like drinking when it's not a Friday or a Saturday, kind of thing.
No, no, I get it. No, I thought you got like hammered and then went on a rant or something on your live cast and I missed it.
Oh, I wouldn't. It would take a lot for me to start ranting, and if I'm ranting when there's booze involved, just shut me down really quick. Because things will be said that I will regret, I promise. And
Yeah, I believe it. How can we shut somebody down who used to box? Come on now. We'll have to just leave the room. Leave you to your
Eric is
rant.
back.
What up, Eric? Anybody
Um,
in the chat, if you have any questions for me, feel free to call up and ask. No
oh, absolutely.
questions, to, well, nothing, no, nothing, nothing, keep it PG. So I'm saying. Keep it PG.
Yeah, Apu's calling back. Hello, Apu.
Yeah.
What's your next
Actually,
What's up?
question?
no. Yeah. Actually, no one is talking, so I thought like I should continue question to Raf.
Sure.
So I called.
Thank you.
So just wanted to ask like is nowadays like in lockdown how you're spending your life, like what you like to do in this lockdown period, or you have some other hobbies in this thing in this period.
Well, not, it hasn't been very different for me. I'm not really, the only thing I like to do outside is either if I have to collect wood or if I have to do any type of work, then I'll go outside. Before I used to like going to parks, walking on
Mm-hmm.
trails. I like being somewhat out in nature. And
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, I'm a homebody. I like to be home. I'm not
Oh.
much to go out. Yeah, I don't like to go out. I'm not a clubber. Never been. Never like to go to bars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I used to go out to play pool sometimes, but that's on very, very rare occasions. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, I like to be home. That's pretty much what
Oh.
I've been doing. Yeah.
So you might be feeling like there's no changes in you. Like you already like to stay at home. So
Yeah,
there's
it
nothing
doesn't
changes
bother
in
me.
you. Yeah.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't
that
bother me
doesn't
at all.
bother you.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not a social butterfly like a lot of people. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm
So you mean to say you are a kind of introvert?
Yes, I'm an introvert. I'm kind of reserved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to have. Not to say that I don't like having friends, but I don't go seeking more friends than I already have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh.
Not that I don't like people. I just don't. If it happens, it happens. But I don't feel uncomfortable being alone. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you?
Nice.
You seem like an outrovert or extrovert. I'm sorry.
Yes,
That
you
sound I
got
can
me
hear it
correct.
I can hear it in the voice. Very good.
Yes, I like to mix with other people. I like to know their views, their thoughts, and what their likes and dislikes. So it's
Mm.
like quite interesting. Like sometimes you got to know some different things from different people. And like if you like anything, you can take from him or take from her. So this is a very good thing which I am practicing, which I practice actually usually. So because of that only I got to connect with you people, and now I am able to talk with you. Like kind of, I started somewhere to knowing to you people. So this is just because of my this kind of nature. It's make me like you know
Nervous?
Okay.
no,
Uh,
I'm not nervous actually. It's like I'm I'm feeling little cold. That's the reason I'm not
Oh,
able to
cold.
speak. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
okay.
Actually, here it's late night and I'm just working and my windows are open and it's like cold airs are coming and going. So that's the reason.
Okay, I got you. What you gonna
Hmm.
say, Crux?
I was gonna say people are trying to call in so they can ask questions.
Oh, okay,
All
Pooh.
right,
Thank you for
all
calling,
right,
Pooh.
all right. Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye. Bye bye.
Thank you, Apu. Zach, you can now call in, or Onyx, so you can now call in, or even Abram, you can call in now and ask your question.
Feel free to ask, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good. So, what's your question?
Um, I listened that he said that he like to go to play balls. You mean footballs or which sport?
Oh, I don't think I went to go play. I think I said I went to go play pool. I don't know. I don't know. How else would you say pool? I don't know. Are you familiar with pool? It's like a pool table, like you have a
Yeah,
acoustic.
you said that
I don't think
you don't used
I
to
don't
go
think
to
I said I like to.
bars. You
Yeah, I
said
don't go to
you like
bars.
pools.
Um, I think I said I went to go play pool. I would go play pool, but I
Yeah,
didn't say I would play any ball. I used to play basketball when I was younger, but
basketball. Oh,
yeah, not much of my
do
thing.
you like football?
No, I like
Which one are
the.
you talking about? We're talking about
Yeah,
two
if you're
different
talking
types of
about
football.
soccer, no.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
talking
Not
about
I
if you're
soccer.
know.
talking
It's
about
it's European football, not
yeah,
soccer. Do not use that word.
well, whatever. Either way, I don't like either of them. I don't like I don't like the soccer football. I mean, or the American
Yeah, I
football.
understand.
Yeah,
You know, the soccer
yeah.
is always in the US is like football there, but the American football is something else. It's by they're playing it with hands. This is what I know. But you know, we like
Mm.
football a lot, so I was interested about the word. I don't know bull. I don't know it's bowling or something. I don't know.
Oh, bowling, bowling.
Where you
I don't like.
is it where you
I'm
slide
not
the
a
ball
bowler.
down the lane?
Yeah. When you
So
throw the
Billiards,
ball,
maybe. Maybe you
Billiards.
said
Okay.
something like, yeah,
I
maybe
said
I
pool.
missed something.
I meant to
Yeah.
say. I said pool. That's what I was talking about.
I
Pool.
heard pool. So
Yeah. Billiards. I don't know how else you would translate that. Where are you from again? Happy Life.
I am from Egypt, Ibrahim. I talked with you about coffee before.
Oh,
he's the
did you
coffee
did
lover.
you,
He's
so
our
but you
coffee
changed
fan.
your name.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love coffee a
You
lot.
changed your
I
name.
had
Oh,
my
that's right.
coffee
Damn,
just now.
I should have noticed the picture. Damn, that's a lovely picture of
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah. Sorry, I changed
Damn. What's
my
up, brother?
profile.
He's
Oh, no
the
worries, man.
I was gonna say he's the gentleman that likes the Turkish coffee.
A
The
lot.
Oh, that's
traditional
right.
Turkish coffee.
Yes.
The really good stuff.
Yes.
That's that good
Yeah,
stuff.
from Egypt.
Send that to
Yes.
me. Good stuff, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't
So
know if
it
you have
was a
any
nice
other questions.
conversation that you talked to us, Cracks. So I think everybody is listening, and it's very nice and quiet talking.
Oh, thank you. But this
You're
is what we
welcome.
normally do on a Friday. We normally have an interview, and
Oh, I see.
and towards the end, this is every Friday, and towards the end of the show, we start taking phone calls, and
Hmm. I
you
didn't know
really
this
like
before.
Oh yeah, I think this is your first time having a interview on Friday. Ralph, I still hear that Swedish Fika.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just
I, I'm gonna
kidding.
I'm gonna string Milk Dog by his ankles just because he
That's
showed
why,
you
because I saw him in the chat. That's why I saw him jump on. I was like, yo, I got your Swedish fika. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for calling in, and I'm gonna
Thank
let
you
you
so
go
much.
so that others
Okay.
can call in.
Thanks, Happy Life, man. I
Have a great
appreciate you,
day.
bro.
Have a great day. Thank
Thanks,
you so
brother.
much.
Thanks, brother. I'm loving the
Thank
coffee.
you, Abram. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Abram. That's his name.
Because remember, he spells it slightly different, and it's Abraham. All right, Zach. I know you were calling in. So, what was your question? Call in and ask your question. Unless it could have been a mystic dial.
Yeah,
Eric
guys.
says, "Hey, Max, if you're interested in keeping in touch with Milk Dog, he's officially on Twitter at Real Milk Dog 2000."
Yeah,
Okay.
Cracks, are you on Twitter?
Very rarely.
Oh, okay.
Very, very rarely.
Gotcha.
Instagram. But Eric, you do
Instagram.
realize if I add him to my Twitter, I'm going to blow his Twitter feed up with Brita stuff.
Oh, that's what I forgot. I think he told me yesterday or this morning to tell you something.
I know exactly what he told me.
But I
I know it
forgot.
is. Don't.
But I
Nope. I'm not
forgot.
saying it. I'm not saying it.
No, that's fine. But I forgot what it was. So, but I know he told me he wanted me to tell you something.
Yep. It's
So I'm not gonna say
it's probably it's his talk. It's his homegrown cheating hotkey team.
it. Why I gotta be cheating? Does it start with an Does it start with
beat
an
us
M?
every
I don't know
time.
why an M comes to mind. Was it something with an M? No, right?
It starts with a U.
A U. Okay, never mind. I probably didn't hear him right.
Oh, actually, no. It starts with a D. D. Sorry.
D?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking of the other a different team. No, it's
Another
it starts
cheating
with a
team?
D.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they all cheat. I like my Brenus, which is on the bottom rack. We just won't go there.
Gotcha.
They're actually a pretty good team, but they're just
Is Milk Dog even
they
still here? Can you see if he's still here? He's probably not even here.
no, he's missing out on this conversation. Oh no, he is. He's at the
Oh.
top. He's at the top. He's Milk Dog 2020.
Milk Dog, we're talking about you. Stop being humble.
A happy life, my brother. Stay safe out there in Egypt. Okay, Johnny Blaze. And I thought more people wanted to call in. Dang it.
Anybody, feel free to call in to the Crack Show and ask me any question you want. Just keep it clean, and I'll answer. I'll answer it. Let me know. Let me know. Now I'm gonna play Swedish Fika.
No.
No, why not?
Stupid
Don't you
song,
like
God.
it? Don't you like Fika?
It's such a stupid song.
Is it?
Oh,
Is it?
over and over and over again.
I thought you guys liked it. Milk Dog was like he
He's
was
probably
catching
laughing his ass
giggles
out.
over it.
Yeah,
Who's catching giggles
2020
over
Eric. No, Milk Dog is 2020. 2020 Milk Dog. Milk Dog for 2020, and then Eric. I think Eric's going to be his vice president. I think that's
Nice.
the
Eric
thing
is
going
from
on.
Sweden as well?
No, you know
Oh,
Eric.
that Eric. Oh, that Eric. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about somebody else. Like, what's going on here? Somebody else is from Sweden? Oh, there's Milk Dog. There he's. Hey, he changed his picture again. What's up, Milk
Yes.
Dog? Stop being humble. I like that guy.
Yes, he lives in Stockholm. His hockey team is a Stockholm team. I live in technically I live in Gävle and I live in Brynäs, and Brynäs is my team. Milk Dog is calling in.
Oh boy.
Milk Dog, one word.
Hey. I have a question for Cax. What's the name of the hockey team I support?
I don't know. I forgot.
Oh my god. Oh my
They're not even noteworthy. Well, he
Oh,
left.
and he hung up. You gotta ask me a question, Milk Dog. Oh my god. Hey,
And he didn't
Cax.
even. And he calls me Cax instead of Cracks.
He called you Cax.
Yeah,
I
I
got a
know.
question for Cax. What's the team I support? I'm humble.
I love Milk Dog. Milk Dog's awesome.
Yeah, he's funny as hell, man. He's funny as hell. I like him on my show. Come back on my show whenever you feel like it, brother. I'm usually up. Well, I'm up early, so it's probably midday for you guys. So it's just right. Just right. I'm humble. I like when he says that. And he pretends like he's falling asleep when he gets bored. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you guys are not talking about me. I'm humble. This guy.
Anyone
Uh,
else
and-
wish to call
Yeah.
for Cracks? Zach,
Anybody
anyone?
have a question they
Yes.
want to ask?
We're taking in
Oh.
questions. The interview is done. We're taking questions now, but you're only allowed 1 or 2 questions for other callers. But apparently, we don't have anybody who's curious about you.
No, nobody gives you.
I think we covered all the bases. So there's like, what are we supposed to
Yeah, they
ask?
probably, I told them everything about me almost, What else?
Herbal Society. Hello.
What's up, Herbals? That's another person that I would like to talk to, but she's ducking me. But it's all good. She'll beat me up.
Herbal needs to come on next Friday for an interview on my show.
She does jujitsu, so she'll mess me up. She can box.
I'll never duck anyone.
I never duck anyone. Well, you've been ducking me. Just throwing that out there. You don't want to come on my show.
Oh, I'm not
It's all good,
calling.
though.
I was putting down my phone and accidentally pressed it. Okay, that. I told you it's the headphones issue.
It's a lie.
I don't know why it's doing this to me.
2020, and you're telling me you don't have headphones for your phone? Come on. Man.
You just wanna talk to her.
You just don't want to talk to me. It's all right.
You just want to talk to
Yeah,
her. That's all right.
I don't want to be. I don't. Nobody needs to like everybody.
Hey, Frederick, how's it going?
I don't know why it's doing this to me. What are you talking about?
Frederick,
What's
thank
up, Fred?
you. So I got to figure out who I'm going to have on next week.
You're gonna have Herbal Society because she's gonna go on everybody else's show, but my own. So she'll be on your show.
Herbal, come on to my show. Let me interview you next Friday, so I can have some sort of bragging right over Ralph.
Yes, she's gonna put it over me until we're both old and gray. Like, hey, I got Herbal Society over you. Couldn't do that.
You can imagine 10 years from now, 15 years from now, sitting on my boat in the middle of the Baltic.
sitting on
Like,
a
yeah, you
boat.
remember that day that Herbal
Yeah,
came on my show?
Yeah. As she's passing me like a beer or something. Like, remember I got Herbal Society on my show before you? Then my podcast took off after that, and then you were left in the dust. And I felt sorry for you, and I let you on my boat.
Would you complain? Would you seriously complain?
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, if you let me on my boat, hey, it worked out for me, babe. Thanks. That's the chicken. I gave up veganism.
Oh,
Uh,
Herbal Society is like what time? I shall be here.
damn
Uh,
you. Damn you all.
no, Herbal, don't listen to him. On a serious note, yes. Are your interviews extreme? No, my interviews are not extreme. It's just more about what you do, what your podcast, not what you do privately, but what you do on your podcast. What's your audience? How did
It's
you
a
get
lie,
started?
Herbal. I feel violated after this interview.
You do not.
Nah, that's good. Nah, come on, Herbal. Definitely come on, Crax's live cast and be interviewed. It's fun. It's good stuff.
And Herbal, your show can actually be very basic. It doesn't. It's not interview worthy. No, it is. Trust me. Everybody, it's have a drink with me Friday. So you and I would have it be sharing a drink. Well, I would be drinking mine from all the way in Sweden, and you'd be drinking yours wherever you're sitting. I herbalize my herbalist. I just
There you
herbalize my
go.
herbalist.
You
Yeah,
can
see,
herbalize while she drinkifies or whatever.
yeah, exactly. And we would share your ideas and what your target audience is, and how your podcast has been growing, and what kind of things you would love to talk about. So yeah, definitely herbal. Definitely come on. All jokes aside, I would really love to have you on next Friday.
It's a woman thing, right? I get it.
Yes,
I
Eric,
get it.
you can call in and ask that. Yes, you can. That's a very liable question. Please call in and ask.
What? What's he asking?
Hey, Ralph, how's it going?
Good.
What's up,
How's it
Eric?
going, sweetie?
I was going to ask you about your Friday evening show. I mean, would you be interested in giving us a sneak peek of what your fans could expect?
In general or tonight?
You know, like tonight's show, like what is the topic of discussion?
I can't say that right now.
I mean, it's okay if you can't go into too much detail.
Yeah, it's a PG show right now, so I can't go into it. And frankly, I don't know if I'm going to do it on my scheduled time, which is usually at 6 p.m. I believe.
So it may be delayed.
Yeah, a buddy of ours, Rome, is supposed to be going on another podcast to do some rhyming, some freestyle, and I'm going to be there to support him. So I might start my show a little later. Yeah.
So either later or continue it on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely be going on today. It'll just be pushed back to later until Rome finishes his
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know, 7:30 or 8 o'clock p.m. my time, Eastern United States time. I might go live. Yeah.
Well, that way your fans won't be disappointed, but you'll still be there regardless.
Oh yeah, I'll be there regardless today. Yeah, it'll just be pushed back, because I gotta support my boy.
I certainly look forward to hearing your show later this evening, and I'm sure your fans look forward to hearing from you again too.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks you for all the help.
Thank you, Cracks.
Oh, thank you, Eric. It's always nice to have you on. Everybody, that was Eric looking. Give me the.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I just got a new game today. My sister told me about it. It's free, of course. Us money savers. But it's actually a really good game. It's Death is Coming.
What game is this? Is this a phone game or a console game?
No, it's a PC game off of Epic Games. It's free right now. And Death Coming is the name of it, and you're literally his desk assistant creating scenarios like Final Destination.
Ooh,
it's fun. So because there's so many different ways.
Is this a new game or it's an older game?
It's an older game. It's been around for about 2 years.
Oh, okay, that's not old. That's not like that. Well, that sounds fun. So what? Like you get to pick different scenarios on which you're gonna die or what?
Well, people are walking around throughout the cities, and like you'll hit a flower pot or you'll hit an air conditioner, and it'll fall on top of them.
Whoa.
You sent the you let the a military leader discover that his mistress is with somebody else, and he just
Oh,
guns him
wow.
down.
So is this like a first person, third person view, or you just what is it, like a Sims type of thing? How is that?
It's
What
kind
does it
of
look?
like a Sims pixel kind of thing.
Oh, nice. That sounds cool. I haven't. I gotta see. I gotta upgrade. I don't have a good PC. I got a crappy laptop, so I can't play this.
This is it doesn't require much at all. It's very pixelated. The and
Is it
but it's a lot of fun.
what do you call it? MMO? Is that kind of like an
No,
MMO?
no, no. It's not a multiplayer online. No, no, no. It's
Oh, okay.
single player, and it's a bit of a challenge because the game will start sending angels your way. So then you got to start committing murder without getting caught by the
Oh,
angels.
oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I think the last PC game I've ever played was what was that called? Ultima Online. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It's like those Dungeons and Dragons type of PC, but that was like 15, 20, 30 years ago. That's the last PC game I played. I wanted to play
Yeah,
this game that came out. I think it's called Identity. Like you can pretty much like have different identities, have a real life. Like I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. Just look it up if anybody's interested.
I'll definitely have looked that up. How many have you killed, Cracks? Several, Zach. I've killed many, many pixelated people.
Hey,
Notice,
Mo
Poppy,
Dog,
I said pixelated.
pixelated. I'm doing good, Mil Dog. I want to play some Swedish Fika for you, but no cracks doesn't like that.
Oh God!
You
All
murderer,
right,
says Zach.
fine. Play the Swedish Fika.
Yay! Why is he not playing? Really? Why? Now it doesn't want to play? Oh, there he goes.
Now say to the faces, you should try the Swedish Fika.
In
Got some coffee up in your coffee cup.
the coffee cup,
Everybody have a
Swedish
Swedish
Fika,
Replace your gun with a cinnamon bun.
cinnamon bun.
Everybody have a Swedish Fika.
I gotta see.
Balls, chocolate balls. Come and join our Swedish Fika. Have a submarine, have a massarine.
Ah, I love that shit. Sorry.
That's
I just want a coffee.
why aren't you drinking coffee?
I don't know, cause maybe I should drink it tonight. Oh shit, it's 6 o'clock. Damn, I should be starting my show right now, but I'm not. Cause I
Actually,
figure, like if I drink coffee, I probably won't be going to sleep. But I don't sleep early on the Fridays anyway. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say we should end this because it's almost midnight. It's a minute to midnight
Hmm.
for me. So and
Actually,
what
on
I
my account.
no,
It's up to you.
no well the thing is I'm trying to get into everybody's rotation and then kind of slip my show in between.
Oh,
So
I'm not starting my show anytime soon.
everybody can go from one show to another to another.
Gotcha. It's up to you, girl.
Oh,
Too bad.
it's up to you. Actually, you're my guest.
Well, how much long do you have until your stream is over?
An hour, so that would cut
I
into
can
your
hang out-
time.
I can hang out. I can hang out for half an hour.
Okay,
That's
see?
up to you.
Yeah, we'll
Nonsense.
hang out for another half hour. We'll hang out for another half hour, and then I'll wrap this up and then put. I will actually, if it's okay with you, to put this up on public domain.
Yeah, sure. No worries. No worries. What's up, nonsense? Get butter on the bean.
Get
Oh, no,
butts on the
get
bean.
Butts on the bean. I'm sorry. Get butts on the bean. I think I'm just thinking of food. Yes, get butts on the bean. Nonsense. You had a run there for a minute, man, and then God came back. Sorry.
I saw
Sorry,
they were
buddy.
off for a couple of days. I don't know what happened. Mama, welcome
Yeah.
back. So yeah, no, like I said, I saw them on, and then they just disappeared, and I was like, oh, did they leave?
Yeah.
Did they violate
know.
something? And then all of a sudden they were back. I was like, oh, okay.
They're back. They probably did it on purpose. Like, yeah, let me get these guys all excited.
Oh, I'm wondering if they got a temporary warning because their show can get pretty violent.
Really, you've been in there?
I've peeked my head in there.
I peeked my head in a few times, and it sounded very, yeah, like you said, violent, very strong. And I've heard people getting insult, like they would insult them for being a certain type of person. So I don't know if that's why they might have gotten violated on.
Well, I know, if enough of people complain about you or about your show, then it will do what it did with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for me, they like put me they put me behind the curtains for like a week. I mean, I haven't seen them for like a day, and then they're back.
No, I haven't seen them for like I think it was 3 days.
Mm.
But
They told nipple puncher. Sorry, I'm reading more nonsense.
hello,
Yeah.
Dom.
So, what up, Dom? Dom Juan? Oh, that's a long one.
Dom is like, hey,
Let me see.
hey.
I was
Dom,
wondering
if you
that
have any
other Dom
questions,
shit.
corner up late, I see. Actually, not really. But if you have any questions for Ralph before he leaves, please feel free to call in and ask a question.
Yeah, Dom, feel free. And nonsense, you too, brother. If you want if you want to ask me a question, feel free to call in and let us know. Uh, Ralph, what is
I
it?
was wondering about that too, about their church podcast. I don't know about you, Ralph, and none. So it kind of makes you wonder their huge following. Um, yeah, I don't know. They're
Well, it's kind of like any church, right? If you can't be at a church physically, then why might as well use it, like be together in this. And if you're always going to have 20, 30, 40 people in your chat, of course you're going to be up there.
yeah, of course. And then but like I said, I don't know. But they've got hello dogs, doggos. I love the name. I love the name. Dogs is awesome.
Nonsense. Now you're just blowing smoke up my butt.
Thanks for
Yeah.
following me on Twitter, Ralph. Made me feel I finally made it. Actually, no. He gave you on his own podcast. I was there when he did. He gave you a nice shout out and said, "Yeah, yeah. I know you made it when Ralph follows you on Twitter."
Oh my God. Come on, bro. Thanks, brother. I'm adorable. I'm an adorable virgin. I get it.
Yeah, kind
No,
of
but
fishy
nonsense
about
is
that.
cool.
They disappear for a few days and then they magically return with huge engagement numbers. Yeah, like I said, I really don't want to think about it too much, but
Yeah.
because they're doing their thing, and
Yeah, let them do their
Podbean
thing.
actually does pay. Well, I was gonna say Podbean does really pay attention to those kind of things. They'd have to, but they wouldn't be able to get around it. So if there's some shenanigans, I can guarantee you Podbean's watching.
Yes.
Not to make
That's
it
cool,
sound
man.
like Big Brother's watching, but you get my point.
Yeah. Let them do their thing, man. Don't let number one be your obsession. It's
Oh,
only number.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's only
Focus on your
number.
content, not your number.
Goku
Because the
Yama
numbers will
Yama
follow
Yama.
as soon as you sharpen up your content.
Yes.
Baku Yama Yama Hog.
Yes. You are now in the cult. But yeah, nonsense. You're a funny guy. What are you gonna say? Go ahead.
I see Pam. Pam's joined. Welcome to the Talking
Hey
Corn.
Pam. What's up, Pam?
Nonsense. When are you gonna call? Well, you know you gotta call at least once. Say hello during the last 15 minutes of the show.
Yeah, nonsense. Call in. I don't know if you called in to Crack's show, but go right ahead.
No, I will continue with the trash content until I beat God.
Until I beat God.
Is that how we're referring to them now? Is that how we're referring to them now? We're just gonna refer them as God. God of
Yes.
is it, because you know you can't call him a god of Podbean because
No, that's someone else has that title.
yeah, that's somebody else, and
Yes.
I want to give him all of the love and all the support I can because
Yeah,
you know he definitely gave me the support when I first started.
Same here. Same here.
Lucifer,
You
we
guys
actually
are
have a
good
devil
guys.
in here.
Lucifer, we have a bone to pick with you. You're not doing your job right. No, I'm just kidding. Lucifer, I think, actually called my show, if it's the same Lucifer. He wasn't very fluent. I couldn't understand him. A lot of crying and moaning in the background. But, you know.
Oh,
Lucifer,
if you were trying to provoke them, they're no longer in the chat. They left.
oh, that sucks. We're not lucky. Our hugs are that. What?
What?
Sweaty? What?
Sweaty. Our
Sweetie.
hogs are
Sweaty.
that sweaty.
Oh, oh,
They're
oh. Sweaty. I thought you said hugs. That's what my brain is looking at. I want
And then
hugs. No. I want
take a
hugs,
nice
not
cool
hogs.
take a nice
What?
cool shower to cool them down and wash them off,
There you go.
especially before they start stinking. Nonsense and the obscure Ralph are lucky to be the top 10 regardless. I know I don't say I hate that word lucky when people work hard to get where they're at. That just undermines their work. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you with that, Eric. I Nonsense, obscure, and Ralph bust their ass to get where they're at on the top 10. Uh, so I like I said, just to call it lucky, it just undermines everything that they're every hour, every minute that they're on. So
Yeah. I could be learning quantum physics, but no, I decided to do pod beam. I work hard at this, damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, I was gonna say it is. Some days you're just like, no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, oh my
Hi
god.
everybody, and you gotta come with the big smile.
Yeah, I've
There are
had
some.
that a couple of times. Ugh, not a good feeling. But no, I'm not. And then it's not just the hard work; it's the people. You know, the followers that we get who are consistently there. They're the ones that help you out because without them, you wouldn't have a show. So
Oh, exactly. You wouldn't have the engagement points, the return.
exactly, yeah. So I'm lucky in the sense that I've have people like Eric, people like Nonsense showing up every now and then. You know, Crack showing up every now and then. You know, Ojit is starting to show up. You know, people like a lot of people that show up to the show and they're there. They help me out. They help us out because if they don't show up, then we're basically just talking to ourselves. You know. No, and I get it,
Nonsense.
bro. I know my show is too, and your show is too late for me. I go to sleep early. Sometimes that's
I'm
sometimes
kind of
why
like
I can't.
in between.
Yeah, cracks is it's in between there, so I can catch the beginning parts of it. There's a lot of shows that I've been meaning to check out, but I just can't because I try to be disciplined in my schedule of sleep. You know, I'm usually in bed by like 7, 8 o'clock. You know, trying to go to sleep so I can wake up early. Because as much as I want to like be the one that worked late, that doesn't work for me. Like I got to be up early to get a head start on my work or whatever it is. What was he
Nonsense.
saying?
Nonsense. Oh,
What
hello,
did he
short.
say?
Welcome to the talking corner. First, nonsense says you shame me for having trash content. Now you're shaming me for talking to myself. What the hell?
What? What the fuck? I didn't say you had trash content. Who said that? I didn't say that. And you're not talking to yourself, bro. Just the in all seriousness, man, the way that you put together that wedding, that was very smart of you. Very smart because you kind of created your own type of church and you try to battle the gods, however you want to say it, and that's what
the,
helped you.
the,
That's what
the,
helped
the
you out.
religious, what we call it, the not invaders, the religious crusaders.
Yes, yes.
He's
Yes, you
he's
created
he, he's, he's battling the religious crusaders alone
exactly.
at the moment. Well,
You
nonsense.
created
I'm
your
here to
own little
tell you, you're
movement.
not alone.
Yeah, brother. You ain't alone, bro. And and if we need to boost you up, We'll boost you up. You seem to be like the closest one. So, um, like in the movie Highlander, there can be only one. Damn it! We shall help you get short.
Bitter.
Short shared. Oh, short shared the life. Okay.
I love the name Short. That's awesome. Bitter and
What's up?
Shelly. Shelly
What's
has
up,
joined us.
Shell? I don't know if you're the same Shell, but hi, Shell.
Yes, yes.
She comes to my stream. Get butts on the bean, says
Yes.
nonsense. Yes.
All right.
Now,
we are
nonsense.
now. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me ask nonsense. Let me ask you: what is the strategy behind getting butts on the bean? Is it we need more audience members on the bean, or we need more podcasters on the bean? What is the end goal of that? Kind of curious. I get that we need more audience members, but I don't know if that's where you're going with it. What does that
And
sound?
Nonsense, feel free to call in.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, nonsense. Feel free to call and elaborate. That way you don't have to type that much.
And promote your show here too. You can do that. It's okay.
Yeah. God
Yes.
gives you
I know.
permission.
Nonsense.
God gives you
Next
permission.
week, if Herbal doesn't fill the seat next week, you know I'm gonna have to bug you to come on my show next week and be my next interview.
My name is Nonsense. I'm a first time caller.
First time caller, all day listener.
All day listener.
All day listener. Yeah.
I was mentioned, so I thought I'd call in. Get butts on the bean.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get it all. Getting butts on. Oh, thank you for letting me call in and promote my church episode, Ralph. That was very nice. But
all love, brother.
But the get butts on the bean is there's like 2 billion people out there that need to get their butts on the bean so they can start flicking their beans. And when they start flicking their beans, we get the beans and we beat God. That's what this is all about. I don't think you guys know how important Podbean Live is.
Oh, no, I do. I know you could actually make money, and just like what they're doing on the religious channels. That much I do know.
Yeah, money's fine, but this is a cosmic struggle.
Yes, yes, nonsense. This is the battle between good and evil, and in this movie, good is actually evil. So we need to battle it.
You know, on Curio's show, he was talking about how there's this Luciferian church that believes that when God was kicking the devil out of heaven, that he actually lost and got sent to hell, and he's Lucifer. So there's this idea that God is actually Lucifer, but he's trapped in hell, which is kind of makes a lot of sense. And with Podbean, we can flip it. We can flip it back right.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm liking that story. We need to do.
I like the story. I like the story of the fact that if the grown man's invisible friend was actually an actual being, and I'm sorry for those who are religious. I'm just not. I'm not religious. I'm all about the science.
I'm not sorry. Hey, are you all working on your chanting?
Buka yama yama yama?
No, not mine. I mean, mine apparently isn't going to do it. We got to be like, I want to go down. You got to burn. Oh, you got to burn. Hey, oh, I got a snake. Oh, yeah. You're doing good, man.
Burn the beans.
No wonder you were runner-up last month, buddy.
Yeah.
I love you, Ralph. I love you, Craig.
Can we expect another church show, my friend?
Yeah, it's in the works. We're gonna bury one of Ryan's puppets.
Oh,
it's a funeral for one of Ryan's puppets.
Oh,
yeah, I have to tune in for that. This sounds like it'd be fun.
The church is all about shenanigans, so we can't have an episode without shenanigans.
Of course.
And the next shenanigans is that.
So is there going to be a ceremonial firing of guns or piñata hitting? I don't know what do they do in funerals. Is there anything that's gonna happen?
Are you
That's
going
gonna
to do like the Hollywood version of a Viking wedding and light the body on fire?
Ooh, light
Float
the
it
body on
down
fire and send it
a
onto
body
a
of water.
river. That would
See,
be
that's kind of
awesome.
awkward because the kid involved is in 5th grade. However,
Oh,
however, he's a farm boy. He's a
That's
farm
so
boy, and I was a country boy in 5th grade. I was setting all sorts of shit on fire, and he's also very advanced for his age. This kid is a freaking genius. I love this kid,
nice.
but we're still kind of planning it out. He actually had the idea. We're still kind of making ideas. It won't be this Sunday. It'll be a future Sunday. It's because we want to get everything right. I actually fucked up on that Church of Nonsense episode like several times. I did it on like 3 hours of sleep.
Oh my god.
I was trying to. I was
Is,
like, I totally
Is the
screwed up
puppet
on that
show
riff.
live already?
The puppet show is not live. I think he's working on it right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the same kid making the puppet show, and he's got to
Oh.
like the puppet that died is dead, but I think he's got to use him for the wedding too. So then after that, he'll be like dead.
He's got to be
So
yeah,
it's like
he's gotta
marrying
be,
the corpse. What the hell?
yeah, he's got to be chronologically correct. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. But the next one should be that's what the next Church of Nonsense would be. And also we're trying to hook what was that girl's name? Dodie Clark. We're trying to contact Dodie Clark to try to get her on my show, which I was like, we're the #1 show. We need to get Dodie Clark on here because cult member Buku Yama Yama Hog, if you're out there, buddy. But cult member Evan seems to have a crush on her. So it's like,
Ooh.
I'll get her on the show. This is the top show. We're the #1 show. We could do this. So we're trying to find out how to contact her. Huh?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, man.
Have a good feeling.
Get butts on the bean.
Get butts on the beat. Nonsense, man. You're awesome, bro. I like
Thank you,
your
buddy.
Love you
Much
too.
respect, brother. Much respect, brother.
All right, Ralph. Your half hour is almost up, so maybe you want to make some coffee before you jump onto your show.
Yes. Very good. Thanks, Cracks, for having me on. I greatly appreciate you and your time, and keep sending those pics, the food pics, and the animal pics. I want to make that clear. There are food pics and animal pics. Just making that clear. And thanks for having me on. And you're always welcome on my show. That's all I gotta say.
Oh. I might come visit. Depends on how tired I am because I'm starting to feel it now. So
No, not tonight. No, not tonight. Don't come to my show tonight. Not tonight. It's not a good show. Not a good show for you.
my ears. You're gonna protect my ears.
Yes. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, you little pretty little angel. Go to sleep. You don't need to hear this. Earmuffs. All right. I'm out of here, bitch. Just have a good night.
All right, you too, Ralph. Thank you very much. Everybody, thank you for coming. That was Ralph with the Ralph Williams podcast. If you wish, go check out his show. Go and subscribe. Hit that click button and subscribe to his podcast, as well as Nonsense Password. Thank you, Nonsense, for gracing us. It was actually quite funny. It's quite nice, and coming and checking out what the show is all about. Very funny guy. So definitely go check out Nonsense. Actually, a pretty funny guy. And also, Roxanne, I'm going to send some love your way as well. You know I do. You know what the show's about. So you know I can't forget you. If you guys are in need of some guidance, or maybe we just want somebody to talk to, she does life coaching and other, as well as help you think outside the box. She's got her Odyssey of Ascension channel on YouTube. I apologize. I had to stop and think about it. It is almost 12:30 in the morning here, or 12:30 at night, I should say. Definitely go check out her channel. Go subscribe on YouTube. It's Odyssey of Ascension. We know you're tired. Thank you very much, and thank you for being understanding. So everybody who's just come in, I apologize for wrapping the show up. Johnny Blaze, T Mark, and Pasita. thank you all again. There's also Johnny Blaze, Fahid, Nonsense, Mel, Zach, Eric, Roxanne, and of course Ralph has already left. So thank you all again. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys around. Take care. Hej då.